There's an astrologer named Carolyn Casey who has, I'm gonna try to get the quote right, but she says, the reality train drives on the tracks that the imagination laid down.
I
So
like it.
yeah, it's like first we got to lay down the track. But it's not magical thinking. There's a difference between using our spiritual imagination and magical thinking. Magical thinking is not is try is a form of bypassing. It's a form of going, if I just imagine it, that's it. Creative spiritual imagination is coming into relationship with all the parts of us and bringing that message of the vision of possibility to all the parts, including the parts that are objecting or fearful or have concerns about moving down that path, and being in a loving and being in a nurturing and a caring relationship with those parts, because the train is not just the locomotive. The train is all of those cars. And you can't, if it's just a locomotive, when it gets to the station, it's like there's nothing there. There's no people, there's no resources, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring the whole vehicle with us. So that's a subtle distinction, right?
I was thinking the imagination starts with the soul, from the soul level. And
Yes.
since joining Wisdom Heart, I've never more and more using the word soul and getting more and more comfortable with it.
Hmm.
So a soul's expression, the soul message
Yeah,
comes from the beginning imagination,
that's
the
right.
desire.
That's right. That's it. It's a deep, deep message that we receive.
Yes.
And that's a subtle difference from law of manifestation or all these law of attraction things, where the message very often, not 100% perhaps, but very often, the thing that is being imagined is really it's a compensation for a sense of not completeness. And that's not the same thing as the soul saying and hearing the soul's call. The soul's call in all traditions, whether it's the voice of God or they call it some other, the guru says something, it when it speaks to the hero of the story, the heroine of the story, it's a challenge. It starts the to hear the call initiates the journey, and the very first thing that we meet is adversaries and allies. We have to go through a whole purifying process before we come back home, as Joseph Campbell pointed out. At the end of the journey, we return with the medicine. To what? To our world. Every time we breathe Kriya, we're going on one round of the hero's journey.